Hey guys, it's me, cyoubx, and welcome to part 5 of how to be Sub-2 on 5x5. This is the conclusion, so there's basically two parts to this video. The first part is going to be me actually doing the walkthroughs. I'm going to do 2 walkthrough solves, and then after that, we'll finish off by watching me solve a 5x5 using everything that I've taught you in the series, and then it'll be a commentary, so I will also tell you what to do from there. So if in fact this series did help you get Sub-2, I'll tell you what to do next so that you can be even faster. So without further ado, let's actually get to the walkthrough solves. So the first solve I'm going to do is going to be on a white 5x5. I know some people actually use white 5x5s and maybe they can't focus so much on a black one, which is what I've been using for the series. So hopefully this will help some of you. Yeah, so for filters on something like this, it would be black and yellow instead of white and yellow. So I think that's pretty self-explanatory. So the first thing I do is I look for white or yellow pieces that would make the center really easy. Both of these are pretty good. I would see that I have this diagonal situation here for the yellow centers, and then I see 2 free edges. So I could potentially bring this one down here, and then I would have what I call the half testicle in my centers tutorial. On the black, it's the same thing. You have diagonal right here, and then you have a free edge, but there's also this 2x1 bar. So I think black is a little bit better. So what I would do is I would first bring this down, so you get half testicle. There's a free edge. I call these dots for whatever reason, so I can pair them and insert, and there's my 2x2. I can make it a 3x2 by bringing this down, and then I have this edge, this corner, so I can do that. Makes a 3x1, insert, and now when I do the yellow, I see I have 3 diagonals. One of these has to be moved because this is not really a good situation, so I do see this free dot. So what I can do is do this. That matches it into a 3x1, so I will preserve this and then work with this. So this is half testicle, free edge, so I can create a 2x2, and then of course here is the last corner edge. So if I do this, that messes up the 3x1 I had before. So I don't want to just do that. I want to do this, rotate it back so that this is preserved, insert, and then insert this 3x1. So after the first 2 centers, I would see that red is amazing, so I'm going to do that first. Actually, it's not that good, but 2x1, 2x1. So actually, let's just do this to knock this out, reorient this, and then bring this back. So now that's a 2x3. Here I have half of the isosceles triangle essentially. What I'm going to do though is I'm going to bring this one up, U2. When I replace, that'll be paired, and then I can insert. So logical progression is to do green. I see this 2x1, and I see that this is a 3x1 plus an edge. So I'm going to bring this edge down. So now it's a 3x1. This is preserved. Bring that down, and then here. So now the last 3x1 I can insert like so. Orange. So here, insert the 3x1 first, and then notice that this isn't really oriented correctly yet, so let's just swap the orientation. I could have also used a commutator as I explained in part 3. So yeah, either one would have worked. So now onto edge pairing. I'm going to do black and yellow edges first. I see immediately I have this green, yellow, green, yellow. So here, I always like to put my filter colors on the top and bottom. So I would actually do something like this. And then I can either do the space shuttle, or more likely, I'm just going to do an R2, because notice that these centers haven't been sliced yet, so it doesn't matter if I do this. So I'm just going to move this to this side, slice over, like that. Next, I see orange, black. So do that. Last one is here. There's a couple things I could do here. I do see that the green is pretty easy, but blue is not too bad either. So I would do green first. So bring this down and replace at the same time. Do it, slice like this, and then blue is here. So meanwhile, bringing the red down, we want to flip this edge. If we flip this one, then this red gets flipped, and then this won't be paired anymore. But if we flip this one, and then we slice the 2 blues back, this will still be preserved. So flip this, oops, slice back, so you see the red is still preserved, the blue is done. Since I already have 3 done here, Usually I would replace this blue and black with this last one so that I can directly pair this red and black. But in this case, since I already have 3 paired, I'm just going to replace it like this, and then this buffer is complete, turn it over, and then I just have these 4 to worry about. So now I can bring this red and black down like this. Here, this is already paired. The colors are a little bit weird, but these are all orange. So what I'm going to do, instead of just replacing this at the top with a random one, I'm going to look ahead a little bit and see that I have this red and yellow, and here's another red and yellow. So I'm going to just go like this. So now when I slice over the oranges, these 2 are paired. So now I'm just going to do this. And so the last red piece is here. So now if I slice the 3 together, reds are done. I see these 2 blue. Now I know that these 2 are already done, and I don't see another yellow piece in these 2 buffers. So I know that the last blue-yellow piece has to be already on the E-slice somewhere. And I see this blue, so I'm guessing this is yellow, and that's correct. So just replace this, flip this one, because we want as few cube rotations as possible. Bring this over, put this up. And now you see this buffer is all complete, which means I should have finished all 8 of the black and yellow edges. So now I can restore the slices and then see what I have. So here nothing is really too great. What I would probably do is just pair something. So for instance this. So slice, edge flip, slice back, like so. And next you want to finish this one off. So do slice like this, bring this to the bottom by edge flipping, slice back. This is complete, and now we can move on. So next I would probably do the same thing. This is pretty awful for the last 4 edges, but do this, that pairs it. Does that. For the last 2 without looking, just slice, edge flip, slice back, and see what you have, and you don't get parity. So now you just slice back the other way, edge flip the other edge, slice back. You're done with edge pairing. You can move on to 3x3, something like that, probably for the cross. I'm not going to explain 3x3 stage because it's pretty trivial. So here's the second solve. I am going to go faster on this one since I went in pretty good detail on the first solve. So for the second one, I'm looking first at the white and yellow centers again. Yellow is probably a little bit nicer because I don't like this situation. So I would just make a 3x1. Actually, no, I wouldn't. Yeah, I'll make a 2x1. See these 2. Make another 2x1. Insert. Pair. Insert. Probably do this. Make a 3x1. Insert that. So yellow's done. Here, this is basically testicle, so I just have to bring in a free edge, and I already have 2 left. So join, join. That's a 2x3. 2x1 is already paired. You just need the last center. Insert. Here, half testicle. Dot. You can pair another 2x1. Insert that. And then there's this, like that. So for the red, you now have that. Pair this, insert. You see this mess of blue. This is basically a 3x1 and then a dot. So let's do this. That's not what I wanted to do, but that's okay. There we go. So last 2, flip it over so black and yellow are on top and bottom. I see this, red and white. Let's do that. I saw blue and white, so let's do this. And then last one is here. As I do that, see the red and yellow, and then the last one is here. So let's bring this down, and next I see this mess of blue and yellows, so let's bring all of this down, slice, edge flip, slice back, green and white, And, ooh, last one's on this side. Okay, so green and white. And then, let's do probably this orange and white. Last one is here. I would probably do this one, green and yellow, like so. And notice these four are done now. So now we're just focusing on these two buffers. So let's do this one first. And the last one, so like that. Put it on the top, slice over, we're done. So into edge pairing, this one's already done. I would do this one first. Slice to match, edge flip to hide, slice back to restore. Then you just have last two without looking. Slice, edge flip, slice back, see what you have left. You just do the same thing. So no parity. And then you can go on to your cross. That was not a good idea. Okay. 3x3. Oops. So this concludes the walkthrough solves for the series. At this point, I'm going to cut away to my solve and then finish off with the commentary as that happens to let you know how to practice from here on out. So what you're watching right now is a very, very sub-2 5x5 single. The time was a 124.78, and this is using only the things that I've explained in the video, nothing fancy. In fact, I don't even know that many things that would be considered fancy. I realize that the entire cube isn't in the solve the whole time. I apologize for that. However, everything that I'm doing, everything that's important is in the shot. So for instance, when I'm doing the centers, even though the entire cube is not in the frame, the centers are, and so I think it's still a pretty good solve, and it demonstrates pretty clearly that sub-2 is possible using filters. The only thing that I might consider to be advanced is color neutrality on edge pairing and possibly centers. At this point, I'm fairly color neutral on edge pairing, and I've never practiced being color neutral on edge pairing. It just comes with time. So I would suggest that if you want to be color neutral, do the filters. So like yellow and white, for instance, keep doing those for a month or two. After a while, you'll start seeing other colors that really pop out at you, and then you can start incorporating those in. Now, when you start doing that, you have to keep track of how many you've done on the buffers so that you don't get confused and start pairing the 9th edge. But after a while, you will be able to do this, and you don't necessarily have to practice it. It just comes with time. Now, if you're not sub-2 yet, don't worry. This takes time. Just apply the idea of filters, and over maybe 2 months or something, you'll start to get sub-2. If you like this series and you would like a similar one for 4x4, you can leave a comment below saying that you want a sub-1 tutorial on 4x4. Other than that, thank you guys for watching this series. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in my next video. Toodles.